Yo guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we have a nice little video for you guys featuring my loadouts that I use in tournaments, solos and playing with friends, etc. These loadouts can mostly be experimental, but some of them are meta, basically you just gotta do what you gotta do, just try and win these tournaments and absolutely destroy these people. If you like what you see, please enjoy this very detailed explanation on these loadouts. Please like, subscribe, and peace. Hey guys, here are my top 10 loadouts that I usually use for tournaments and Warzone. So the first one, we have my favorite class, which I think is the most absolute meta right now. So we go with the CRA Max, we go with the Monolithic Suppressor, the XRK Zodiac, the Commando foregrip, the 45 round mag, and the VLK sight with the T-pose reticle. Basically, this is more very clear picture to see your enemies in very far sight of the long range distance. It's very good, so good. Honestly, you could not go wrong with the AMAX. So and for the secondary, we run the MAC-10 with the agency suppressor, task force barrel, the field agent grip, the 53 round drum mag. Basically, there's some issues with the aim down sight time between this and the Salvo 53 fast mag. So yeah, even though it may be slower reload, but it's worth the ADS time that you get. And then the last attachment we run no stock. Basically, the sprint to fire time is just unmatched compared towards the other attachments. So yeah, so then we just run EOD overkill amped, and you can run whatever, but I run C4 basically to. It destroys vehicles easily, and no one suspects it. You know, you can either run for the tacticals, either the heartbeat or the stun grenade. I prefer to use the stun grenades because it's easier in 1v1 situations or maybe 1v2 situations where you can get the stuns off on like maybe both of the guys, and then you're like, yeah, you can kill them both so easily. In my second loadout, I run the M16 and the MAC-10. In my opinion, I prefer the M16 over the AUG. Basically, I think the AUG has more. I feel it has more recoil when I was using it than to what the M16 does in one burst or two burst. Usually kills the guy. So basically, I haven't unlocked the ASUS suppressor for this gun yet, but for now we use the infantry compensator. It controls recoil by a ton of amount in the vertical recoil in terms of going upwards. The horizontal, it doesn't really matter. You can just pull left or right on the mouse. Because I'm mouse and keyboard, I pull left or right on the mouse or up and down, so it's easier. On the barrel, we use the titanium 16.3 inch. Even after the nerf, it's still very good. And for the optic, we use the axial 3 times, and we take the precision reticle. Basically, it's near enough close. It's the closest one you can get to T-bone. It's very clear sight. You can see everything around and outside of the sight. So yeah, it was pretty good. Then the next attachment we get is the Field Agent foregrip and the Stanag 60 round mag. So yeah, it's the same issue with the MAC-10. If you go with the fast round mag, it's slower ADS than what the normal round mag is. So yeah, in all, M16 is very good all rounds. I think it's a close third or fourth second gun in the meta that could potentially, fight with the AMAX. And the next gun we go with the MAC-10 again, the ASUS suppressor, task force, field agent foregrip, and the drum round mag, and no stock. Basically, same as the last time. The ADS and the MAC-10 is just really unmatched in this meta. Honestly, this versus every other gun. Okay, so the next loadout we do is the Bullfrog. We run the Groove suppressor, the Task Force barrel, Spetsnaz. No, it's not that one. Spetsnaz grip, and the 65 round mag. And run the no stock. So basically, what this gun has is It can do close to medium range. It can outrange the MAC-10 from the middle ranges. So basically, I've seen people use this as almost an assault rifle, you know, and it's a very good, nice little SMG, better than the PP Bison, which is surprisingly it shouldn't be because it's pretty much the same gun, you know. So for the secondary, I run the Car 98 with the monolithic suppressor, SIGARD, SIGARD 27.6, attack laser, the sniper scope, and the precision gun. Basically, I use this attachment because the ADS, as you ADS in, it's literally dead on where the middle of your crosshairs are, and it does not move. And it's a very good sniper. It already has the fastest ADS in the game, so it wouldn't really need much more ADS time than attack laser, to be honest, because it's still very good at. It still has a very good fast ADS time and a fast TTK. I think one of the fastest time to kill snipers in the game, I believe. But yeah, that's very nice. So we run EOD, Overkill, Amped, C4, and Stun Grenade or Heartbeat, whatever you want, you know. And for the fourth loadout now, we run the AS-VAL, which in my opinion is one of the fastest TTKs, I think, in the game, actually. I think it has one of the fastest TTKs in the game, but it's lacking. You'll know in a second. So for this one, we run the VLK 200mm OSA, the Commando foregrip, the 30-round mag, the Stiffy Grippy, and Sleight of Hand. The reason we run Sleight of Hand is because the 30-round mag, you know, it's just too small. If you're running this in trios or quads, you'd need the Sleight of Hand to take out the multiple enemies, because I think you'd only take out 1 to 2 enemies at max, because of how small the clip is, you know. But in all, the gun is amazing, absolutely amazing, because it covers close to medium ranges. For the secondary, we run the Car 98 again, just no questions asked, to be honest. The Car 98 is an absolute unstoppable sniper that is honestly, it has to be the best sniper I've ever used. I think better than the HDR back when it was meta. I think this is better than what the HDR was when it was meta, you know? So we run the EOD, Overkill, Amped, C4, and Stun Grenade again. The next loadout, we run the M4A1. This one is it's indecisive. I'm kind of indecisive on the edge about it because it's very good at. It has a very good TTK. It could definitely compete with the AMAX, but I'm just on the offense about it because, yeah, you'll see why. So we run the monolith suppressor, the grenadier barrel. Some people sometimes like to run the Corvus barrel, but in my opinion, I think the M16 grenadier barrel is just much better. Then we run the commando foregrip, 60-round mag, and for this one, you run the core hollow combat sight with the blue reticle, because it's clear sight. Blue dot is just absolutely beautiful. I wish, for one reason, I wish they put the VLK sight with the blue dot, but not that silly little blue arrow, you know? Yeah. So the M16, the recoil patterns are a bit iffy, but if you manage to get the recoil patterns down, it's an absolute unstoppable weapon that could definitely compete with the AMAX, you know? And for the secondary, we run the SPR with this. The SPR is a very temperamental weapon. It used to be good before the Car 98 went absolutely insane, but especially after nerfs now, I think this gun has gone very downhill. But it's still very viable, you know. So for this one, we run the monolithic suppressor, the SPR 26-inch barrel, tac laser, the Solo Zero SPR 28mm, and then we run the ultimate stock basically is just for good fast ADS times and has good aiming stability as well. So when you aim down sight, you want to make sure it's in the middle of your reticle as close as possible. For the reason we don't run the Norma and the Le Pure mags is because it slows down your ADS time, and this game is all about ADS time, and you don't want to be lacking when the car 98 is always on the field sometimes, So we run the EOD, Overkill, Amped, and C4 Stun again. The next loadout we run is the M13 along with the MP5. The M13 it's got the fastest fire rate of the game. Competes with the FFAR, I'd say. However, I just think it lacks damage, but it's very good if you want to try something new. Instead of being, I don't know, if you lose the AMAX too much, get bored by it, you want to use this gun. It's just quite good. So if you want to run the monolithic suppressor on this, the Tempest Marksman barrel, the Commando foregrip, 60-round mag, and then you want to run the Core Hollow Combat Sight again along with the Blue Dot. It's very good, honestly. Core Combat, I used to love the Core Hollow Combat back in the day before the VLKT pose was one of my favourite now, So this one we run the MP5 Black Ops version. I'll tell you a few little secrets after this one, after I tell you the attachment. So basically we run the agency suppressor on this, the Task Force barrel, the Field Agent foregrip, the 50-round drum map, basically the same reason as the MAC-10, the slower ADS times and stuff like that. And then we run the SAS combat stock. And for this one, basically, the MP5K has one of the highest TTKs, one of the fastest TTKs in the SMG category, better than the MAC-10. If that's all dependent though, if you can land those shots and you don't miss a single one versus the MAC-10, otherwise, yeah, you're a little bit screwed. So that's why I think the MAC-10 out-dominates this a little bit. But it can be a quite good underdog to the MAC-10, As usual, we run the EOD, Overkill, Amped, C4, and Stun Grenade. The next loadout, we run the Growl. Basically, I think this gun could be next meta. I think the second best gun next to the FFAR and the what's it called? The AMAX, So basically, we run the Monolithic Suppressor, Archangel on it, Tac Laser, Commando foregrip, 60-round mag. So basically, this gun has been ever good since Season 2, Season 3 of Warzone. But now it's back on the rise, I think. Definitely back on the rise to become one of the next meta weapons if the AMAX happens to get nerfed or the FFAR happens to get nerfed. Yeah, I've used this quite a few times, and honestly, it's no recoil is just amazing, so amazing. And for the secondary, we run the Bullfrog on this. Basically, the Bullfrog has a very good close range, on it, and it's very unstoppable in terms of the recoil and the TTK on it. It has very good fast time to kill, and the ADS time is impeccable. So we run the Groove Suppressor, Task Force barrel, Spetsnaz grip, 65-round mag, and the no stock. On this, we run the EOD, Overkill, Amped, C4, and the Stun Grenade. The next gun, which is kind of, I think it is meta, but the gun itself is, it just uses up so much ammo, so much ammo. So, however, we run the Monolithic Suppressor on the AMAX, then we run the Zodiac barrel, then the Commando foregrip, then the 45-round mag, and then the VLK scope along with the T-pose reticle. Yeah. Okay, so in my opinion, the FFAR is a very good meta weapon. However, the recoil is very hard to control, especially if you're on controller. But in terms of, how the faster TTK has a faster TTK than the MAC-10, even up close, the far beats the MAC-10 up close, So for the attachments, we run the agency suppressor, Task Force barrel, Field Agent foregrip, the 50-round Stanag, and then you run the Raider stock. Basically, the Raider stock is good for fire time when you're playing up close. In the Hold on. Oh no. Yep. So basically, the FFAR has a good TTK, but the recoil may just be too unstoppable, especially if you guys play on controller. It may be a bit hard, you know. But however, this class overall, I think it uses up way too much ammo. But if you feel like using this class, definitely give it a try because it's definitely worth it, you know. So for this one, we run the EOD, Overkill, and Amped, the C4 and Stun Grenade. And the final two classes are just my ghost classes that I use for when, say, like for example, if I die, if I can't get first loadout before, before the first loadout comes in first circle, I use these two classes, go automatically ghost. It depends on really the circle that it depends on the circle that depends on the circle that happens to be the last circle in the game. So if it's more close range buildings are everywhere circle, Mach 10 is perfect. But if it's more of a open field area, in like open areas such as, I don't know, superstore or airport, the AMAX comes in clutch. So and I go straight ghost instead of overkill on these two classes. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed this video, boys. If you like and subscribe, that little detailed information on my loadouts, please like and subscribe, and peace.